Before I get started on the video, I'd like to ask you guys to go ahead and hit the bell icon next to the subscribe button and hit the notification checkbox. That way you guys don't miss any future uploads from me and you become part of the notification squad. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the video. So, Black Ops 4 has been announced. That's a thing. This video is going to be talking about the multiplayer portion. I'm going to make a separate video talking about the actual Battle Royale mode. So if you guys want to see that, pay attention to my channel and kind of stick around, and you'll see that video coming soon, probably in the next day or two. But, yeah, I kind of want to talk about the multiplayer, what I see, what I have seen, and what is to come. First of all, I shaved my face, and I don't appreciate it one bit. I look like a naked mole rat. But I needed to shave my face because I have acne and it's breaking out real bad. Anyways, on to the actual topic of the video. I just needed to point that out because I feel like the one comment that I might get on this video is going to be like, "You look like a fucking weirdo. You look like a fat piece of shit with your double chin and pimples and shit." So I thought I would address that. The elephant in the room, quite literally. Anyways, so Black Ops 4 multiplayer. Call of Duty has always been a huge thing on my channel, and it's going to continue to be a pretty big thing on my channel once I'm in my own place and have the ability to upload multiple videos a day, or at least even a video a day, and streaming. Like, Call of Duty is going to consist of nearly 50% of that content, maybe sometimes more than 50% of that content. So Call of Duty is not going anywhere. But I just kind of want to talk about Black Ops 4 and the things that I've seen in it, how I feel about everything, the negatives, the positives. I'm probably going to miss some stuff in this video, so if I do miss some things, comment down below, ask me what my opinion is, and I'll respond to you. But the first thing I'm going to talk about is the 150 health. The way they're doing health in this game. And at first, when I heard about it, you have to heal yourself using L1 with the little stim pack thing, and you have 150 health by default. I was like, this is gonna be atrocious. I was turned off by it immediately. But after watching gameplay, hearing other people's opinions on it, I think that it's actually a good thing. I really do. The reason why I think it's a good thing is because when you're playing Call of Duty now, and you get shot up, and you're flashing red and everything, you have two options. You can continue to push and shoot and get in gunfights and hope that you're good enough to beat out the other person before they kill you when you're, one or two shots away from being dead. Or you can, lay down, crouch, sit in your spawn for a second, and let yourself heal for 5 seconds and then run back into the fight. By that logic, it slows the game down. Because a lot of players are going to do that. They're going to stop, wait to heal, run back into battle. I myself, when I'm on a roll, let's say I just picked up 2 kills, I got a double kill or something, or a triple kill, and I'm really, really red, and I know where there's somebody else really close to me, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to try getting into that gunfight. 9 times out of 10, I lose that gunfight because I'm one shot. And that's one of my biggest issues with Call of Duty, is I just get so caught up in the moment. This new feature that they have in Black Ops 4, I feel like completely removes that element from the game. There's kind of like a crutch equipment. I don't know what it's called. It might literally be called like stim pack or something like that, where it makes it to where you can literally use the stim pack every 2 seconds or something. So you can hit yourself with it, brings you all the way back up to 150 health, and then in a second and a half, it's ready to hit it again. So by that logic, I can see myself getting into gunfights, being in one of them situations where I know where someone's at, hitting myself with a stim pack, going in for that 4th or 5th kill in a matter of seconds, and being able to do it at full health. And that is what I'm looking forward to. Next thing I want to talk about. I want to talk about specialists a little bit. Most people, I don't think, wanted specialists. I think that's pretty clear. They didn't want them. I don't feel like it's something that the community hates and despises. It's not like people look at it the same way they do advanced movement. But I don't think people were really fond of the idea. Me personally, they're kind of one of those things. It's like, I don't mind specialists. I was ready for specialists to be gone going into World War II. But when I play games using specialists, the specialists don't bother me. They did in Infinite Warfare just because they had a lot of really crazy ridiculous abilities that I was not fond of. Black Ops 3 had some cheese things, but all of the cheese things seem to be gone for the most part in Black Ops 4, just from what we can tell so far. And because of that, I'm not really that worried about specialists. I think that it's going to be fun having some of those same characters back. I think that I watched somebody else's video, and I think it's pretty much confirmed that there's going to be 10 plus specialists at launch in the multiplayer, which is awesome. That's insane. I'm hoping that we get to see Spectre back from Black Ops 3. He was one of my favorite. And I want to see what else that they're bringing new to the table. So specialists aren't a bad thing to me. There are some bad things in this that I'm going to get to in a minute. Next thing I want to talk about, the guns and the new recoil system. That is super, super exciting to me. I like the idea of being able to take a gun and get really good with it and hone your skills with it, rather than all of the recoil kind of being similar to every other gun in the game. I want every single gun to feel different. And I'm glad that they're taking this initiative to do this. I think it's going to add a lot to the game. It's a Treyarch game, so the maps, they look really, really colorful, and I'm really excited about that. Like, I love color in Call of Duty games so much, and I miss it every single time it's gone. World War II isn't bad with color, and it's a World War II setting, so it's kind of hard to get really bright, colorful maps into that. But it seems like Black Ops 4 has a really, really good color palette, which is something I'm excited about. The next thing I'm excited about, they brought swimming back. I don't know why that's not in every Call of Duty game. Maybe it's because some developers don't want to have to make maps around it, which I get, but I love the swimming mechanic. I think it is so, so nice to have. I think it's really cool for opportunities, like different flank routes, because the way I like to play games is I like to get around and behind people, on the side of people, and get them where they don't expect it. A lot of the time, with my initial spawn and stuff, and the water helps with that a lot. So I'm excited that that's back, and I hope that they implement it more than they did in Black Ops 3, because they had, I think, probably like 3 or 4 maps where the water was pretty useful, like it was pretty heavily used in Black Ops 3, and I'm hoping that we can see it, assuming there's like 12 to 14 maps, I'm hoping that we can see that more frequently. Now, I think it's time that I talk a little bit about the negatives in the game. First one of the negatives is going to be, I don't know how I feel about the way that the minimap is. I don't like this fog thing. I rely on my minimap a lot. I like to use it. I like that it's there. And I'm worried. I think I'll adjust pretty quick, but I am worried that it's going to cause a lot of problems for me during the initial start of the game. When the games first come out, it's always rough, at least for me. The first week or so is pretty tough, getting used to it and everything. But with the minimap being the way it is, I don't know. It's going to be interesting trying to adjust to that. But that's probably my most minor of the big issues that I'm having with the game. The next one, I do not know how I feel about only being able to select one specialist per person on the team. So you can't run whatever specialist you want. And I guess this is really all going to come down to the way that the challenges are done, because in my head I'm thinking, well, what if I'm trying to do challenges for Seraph and I have to try and fight everybody in a public match to get to Seraph first every single game? That is not acceptable. I don't want to have to do that. And the only way that I can see around that is if they just simply don't have challenges for specialists, and I don't see that happening. So I'm kind of hoping this changes, but at the same time, there's positives to it. There's very clear, obvious positives that I see that I'm okay with, which is the fact that in Black Ops 3, when you would spawn in, it would always suck when you're in the middle of a game and you see 2 war machines at the same time, and for the next 45 seconds to a minute, you're just getting barraged with explosives, and you can't get out of your spawn, and you're dying 4 times in 30 seconds because of these, war machine grenades and stuff. So on that aspect, I'm happy about it. It's never fun seeing 2 purifiers at the same time. Like, that stuff's annoying. So from that aspect, I think it's a good idea. But what's going to be more annoying is trying to do challenges while other people are picking the specialists that I want to be using at that time. Like, I don't want to have to compete with people before the match has even started. Like, that's just not, that's just irritating. It's not acceptable. Now, the big issue for me, and I don't know why this is an issue for me. Actually, I got two big issues. The first one, I don't like the idea of this being a 5v5 game. And this is not something that's going to change, because this is a big game implementation, and I do not think that this is going to be something that the community can complain about, and then boom, next patch it's 6v6. I feel like there's more to it than that. And I don't think we're going to see 6v6 the whole year, and I'm not happy about that. I've seen a lot of people say that it doesn't affect the way the game plays, it's still fast-paced and blah, 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 and I believe them, but at the same time, Call of Duty's always been 6v6. Why you gotta fix something that wasn't broken? Like, there was nothing wrong with 6v6, and I haven't played the game myself. I'll find out when the beta comes out. That's when I'll have my real opinions on it. But right now, I don't like the idea of the 5v5 at all. There's no positives to it in my opinion, one bit. So that's kind of where I lay on that. Now, the biggest issue that I have, that I am not okay with, the way that the kills work in this game. I've tried watching videos and kind of seeing how the scoreboards work and stuff. I do not like the idea of nothing being labeled as kills. Is it being labeled as eliminations and scores by points or something? I don't want to get an assist on a guy and that count towards my score, my elimination points, whatever it's set up to be. And then I go to the end of the game and I have to sit there and do the math to try and figure out how many kills I had. Call of Duty is not Rainbow Six Siege. Call of Duty is not Overwatch. Call of Duty is not Fortnite. Call of Duty is none of those games. Call of Duty is Call of Duty. Bring, specific things from those games in to make your game better. Sure, have at it. I'm all for it. Don't change the core mechanics, the core things that make Call of Duty what Call of Duty is. That's kills. Kills and score. Score streaks. I mean, this is something I'm pretty upset about. I don't want to say I'm not going to like the game right off the bat, but I feel like this is something that's going to need to be changed, and I think a lot of people are going to want that. I've noticed over the past 5 years or so, 1 year they're pretty heavy about combat records and KD and stats, which usually that's Treyarch who focuses a lot on that stuff, and then the next year they want to keep it all hush-hush and secret, like, don't let anybody else know what your stats are, only you can know them. And both Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer seem to do that a lot, and I'm not a fan of that. Like, even if I can just see my own stats, it's enough, right? But now they're making it to where I can't even see how many kills I'm getting a game. Like, what? That's the core reason I like to play Call of Duty, is because I want to kill people. And that sounds really bad. I want to kill digital people in a virtual world for points and try and get as many as possible and get really good at the game. That is the whole point for me, and getting camos and challenges and stuff and prestiging. That is why I play Call of Duty. And they are removing a big piece of that by saying, oh, this game you guys have played for 14 years that has been based on winning objectives and killing people? Well, guess what? You're no longer getting counted on how many kills you get. Like, you're not going to see that anymore. You're just going to see numbers of score, of damage that you did. Like, what? No, that's not satisfying at all. I don't want to rant about that for too long, but that's just my opinion on that. Once again, once the beta comes out and I can actually play it myself and see exactly how the mechanics work and the kills and stuff like that, I'll probably feel less worried. But for now, I'm going to stay tilted. I'm going to stay worried about it, and we'll see what happens. We'll see where it goes from here. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Twitter and Facebook links will be down in the description as always. Please remember to leave a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. And deuces.